Have you ever looked at your cable bill? I just looked at mine this morning and I called them. The Wi-Fi router that I rented from the cable company for $10 a month, I turned in on August 18th. I only had it for a month and it was terrible Wi-Fi. It was a terrible little router and I could barely pick up one single bar of Wi-Fi out in my shop. So I turned it in. I had the thing like a month and turned it in. Hold on, I gotta roll my windows down so I can see to turn. Okay, here we are. So I get my bill, and they're still charging me $10 a month for that Wi-Fi router. Now, I don't have the Wi-Fi router. I went to the cable office to turn it in. And on top of that, I noticed that these SOBs are charging me $1 to send me a bill. They're calling it a billing convenience fee. They're charging me $1 to bill me. That blows my mind. And then I see this $5 charge. What did they call it? It's some kind of insurance that nobody offered me the option of not purchasing. And I didn't know what it was. So I asked her, what is this $5 charge for? And she says, well, that's insurance to prevent them from charging you $50 if they come out and find that your own Wi-Fi router is at fault. So I had their Wi-Fi router that I was renting for $10 a month, and then they were charging me another $5 to be sure that if I had a problem and they came out and find out that their router was bad, they wouldn't charge me $50. And then they're charging me $1 to send me a bill. So that's 10, that's 15, that's $16. And now I look at the bill and they're charging me $10 for my local channels. That's $26 I'm paying for BS, for crap, for a router that I don't have, insurance that I didn't opt to buy and shouldn't have to anyway, $1 to send me a bill, and I am just blown away. My wife and I, we're just about had it with cable, and this is why cable companies are folding. They have done some really despicable, dishonest, unethical, crooked stuff to get more money out of people. I think the biggest thing that blows my mind is they're charging me $1 to send me a bill. They're charging me to charge me. So now they don't have any record of me turning this Wi-Fi router in when I called to question them about the $10 charge. So I'm headed up to the cable company. I got to take my time that I would spend in my shop, go up there. Now I have nothing to show for it. So I can't turn in a Wi-Fi router to get that $10 charge off my account because I've already turned the Wi-Fi router in. So now I don't even have that. What am I going to do? So I'm headed to the cable office, and I tell you, my wife said, shut it off. Just shut it off. And I'm thinking about doing that. Just getting me an antenna and seeing if we can pick up local TV. I mean, we really don't watch a lot of TV. We do everything on the internet. Everything I watch is YouTube videos, and my wife watches YouTube videos. And I think I'm going to go ahead and separate myself. Even news. You know, news is nothing but lies and BS. I'm including everybody. Fox News, CNN. Fox News is one extreme. CNN is another. And MSNBC is, you know, like off the radar crazy. So what good is... You don't even get news. So what good is it? You know, there's nothing. Forged in Fire is the only thing that I have any interest in watching, and you can watch that on the internet. Okay, let me go see if I can get them to take this router off my daggone bill, and I'm going to ask about the cost of shutting the cable off and seeing if, you know, if we can live without it, And if we can actually pick up local TV channels at our house, and if we decide that we can't live without it, the cost to turn back on. So I may just do that. What a pain in the neck. My goodness, what an aggravating morning. And cable TV should not create this amount of stress. I get to the cable company, and I get there at 8 and look on their door, and they don't open till 8:30. So I was forced to go to Burger King and get a sausage, egg, and cheese crust sandwich and a cup of coffee. Nightmare, huh? No bacon. Anyway, I get to the cable office, and there's only one lady there, and it's not the lady that took my Wi-Fi router in on August 18th. And she says, well, you should have a receipt for turning it in. And I said, well, I don't have a receipt. I wasn't given a receipt. And she says, well, you should have been. And I said, well, ma'am, I wasn't. I mean, I can't go back in time and make somebody do something over. I wasn't given a receipt. The lady picked it up off the desk and put it in that room right there. And, you know, in hindsight, you're right. I should have got something proving that I'd turned it in. That, I guess that's a mistake on my part. Live and learn. So anyway, she sees on the computer where I did turn it in on August 18th. Funny, because when I called them to save myself the trip of driving all the way to town to straighten this out, the lady on the phone didn't see where I had turned it in. She seen where I had turned it on August 18th. I said, no, ma'am, I turned it off and turned it in on August 18th. I only had it about a month, but I couldn't pick Wi-Fi up more than 20, 30 feet away from it. It was useless, so I brought it back. So anyway, the lady at the office this morning, she sees where I turned it in on the computer. But the other girl, made a mistake, didn't go to the next page, and stopped me from being billed. And I'm thinking, okay, problem solved. No. This lady says, well, I've sent her an email. She won't be in till tomorrow. And I said, well, can't you take the charge off? She goes, I can, but she needs to learn how to do this and stop making these mistakes. And I said, I drove all the way here. I don't care about your internal office squabbles. I want it taken off. Not tomorrow, here, right now, while I'm here in your presence. She wouldn't do it. So I shut my cable off. And we're going to try to wean ourselves off of, I'm going to use a bad word, bullshit television. I am sick of it. It's nothing but bullshit. Every channel, and the channels that aren't bullshit news are bullshit TV shows that we would never in a million years opt to watch, but you have no choice having it on your lineup. You're paying for channels you would never in a million years watch. So we shut it off, and it's already caused, enough stress between us. I guess, when you've there is, I think, a bit of addiction mentally to be able to turn an idiot box on and have your brain turn to mush for a few hours or a couple hours. There's a show or two that my wife likes. There's one or two shows that I like, and that is all. Everything else is bullshit that we would never in a million years pay for, but you have no other options. So we're going to try to wean ourselves from TV. And, which brings me to the internet. We're just going to try to live with the internet. I watch YouTube videos. My wife watches YouTube videos and listens to podcasts and preachers that she likes. And, it's going to be a transition after having TV all these years. But I really think it's going to be good for us. And, we're saving $25, $30 a month, too. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to get an antenna, because even local news is, it's so liberally biased. Our KSLA News 12, our local channel here, even when they report news about Donald Trump, they say the word Trump with such venom in their voice. And the way, the slant they put on news, you can tell where they stand politically. They don't even make an attempt to appear unbiased. And I'm sick of it. So I'm not even going to watch local TV because it's bullshit too. Now this brings me to internet. And I paid $40 a month for 15 megabytes of internet for years. And over time, the internet service got worse and worse and worse to the point where I wasn't getting 15 megabytes. I couldn't even watch a video. I had to start the video, let it load, and then hit play, you know, a few minutes into it. And then it got to the point where it wouldn't even download. And they were encouraging me to move to the next, I don't know, the level of megabytes, which was 30 megabytes. So I did it, and you know, for a little while it was okay. But at night and on weekends, when all the kids got out of school and got on their gaming computers, there were times when not only was my download megabytes, you know, 7, 8, or 9 megabytes per second, but there were times when we couldn't even watch TV. It was that bad. So I'm going to show you this. These are download tests. This is one. That's my download speed. I'm going to start way over here. That's my download speed. Where am I? That's my download speed. That, and that. It is 10 in the morning. At about 6 tonight, I'm going to come back and redo all these and show you what my download speed is. And I have told them and told them and told them, and nothing gets done. Nothing changes. 21 years I've lived here, and I've complained about my download speed. And for 21 years, they come out here, they walk around outside, they poke around a little bit, they come in back, tell me it's fixed, all problems are solved. But they're not here at 6 or 7 at night or on weekends when I have the problems. They're here during the day when I've got this kind of speed, which is, if I had this kind of speed all the time, they would never hear from me. So this will continue this evening. Okay, it's 8:30 Central Time. I'm redoing these speed tests. If you recall, everything was 30 or above. I've done all these so far. I'm going to do this one. Let's see, retest. And when I get to that one, Suddenlink owns that. Let's just see what Suddenlink is going to tell me my speed is. Terrible speed. Okay, so let's look at it. And here's speed test coming up. This is the one that Suddenlink owns. Okay, well, apparently it's close to what the rest of them are saying. But there have been times when I couldn't even watch a video, and this speedtest.net, which Suddenlink owns, has told me that my speed was 32 megabytes per second. Nothing wrong here. Anyway, my wife and I, we have cut our cable TV off, and I will be on the phone calling them. I was paying 40 bucks for 15 megabytes per second, which 15 megabytes per second, if I got that all the time, wouldn't be a problem. But at night, 15 megabytes per second turned into 3 or 4. You could barely download email. So I paid the extra 12 or 13 bucks to get 30 megabytes per second. And I actually don't get that very often or for very long. This is what I'm used to here. Just thought this is the end of my, I guess you could call it a rant. I hate to call it a rant because I really haven't ranted. I just, you know, some facts and some crap I had to deal with today. And the BS of trying to get anything fixed. Anyway, we'll see. I'll keep you, if they come and find why this happens at night, I don't think it's my house. I think it's their servers. They've oversold the ability of their servers to keep up. That's my theory. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.